Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Linda. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a relationships reading. It can be any type of relationship, not necessarily just a love, romantic relationship that you may want to check in on. But if you're looking for insight and clarity on your dynamic with any person, then stay tuned and watch through to the end. I'm using the Spolia deck, and this is going to be a succinct read. Within 10 minutes or so, we'll have all the information out on the table for you. So let's get started. The first card is how I see myself. The second card is how I see them. This card is how they see themselves and how they see you. This card is the central energy that's supporting. This energy is challenging. This is the overall energy. And this card here is the potential outcome. Alright. Two of Coins is at the bottom of the deck. Let me get this framing right. There we go, that's better. Okay, how you see yourself right now. Five of Wands in reverse. And how you see them. Eight of Swords in reverse. So there's something about this energy that has a kind of resignation to it. Like Five of Wands reverse, maybe you've put down some fight, or you've put down some inner conflict, or you've put aside some inner demons, and you're kind of resigning yourself to some facts, right? How you see them, Eight of Swords reversed. There's again this energy of resignation, or something like a revelation, or something that is liberating by maybe difficult information being revealed. Okay. Five of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it could be. When I say resignation, I mean, I'm gonna get a dictionary definition because that'll get it much more clear. Resignation. Yeah, the act of resigning or retiring or giving up a position. The acceptance of something. That's the right word I want to use. But it's like an acceptance of something in a way that is like maybe you've been battling over an idea, or battling over your own, like I said before, inner demons. Like there's something in you that you finally accepted, but it's after some battle. It's after some inner conflict or inner dialogue. Yeah, it's like finally you've put down the weapons, or the I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but there's a feeling. It's this feeling of like you're finally settling into an acceptance of something that you realize to be true, but it's not necessarily an easy place that you've come to that acceptance. It's been like the acceptance has come perhaps after a long inner battle or inner struggle, I would say. How you see them, Eight of Swords reversed. This is very interesting. I feel like it's a letting go energy. I feel like this energy here of you, and I mean all of the cards, all of the rest of the cards, it would seem like you are letting this person go, I would have to say. After some long back and forth, inner dialogue, Two of Pentacles here in reverse, like back and forth, Five of Wands, inner conflict, inner dialogue, maybe even conflict with them, or like long conversations with this person that finally allowed you to get a sense of like what's really happening here, and that made you need to understand that this person needs to be let go, because this person is a seeker of freedom. They see themselves as the Nine of Pentacles, and they see you as the Three of Wands. So this person is very independent. I think they're quite probably also financially stable and secure. But this card for me, the Nine of Pentacles, is much more about a very independent spirit, someone who's very self-contained, someone who's very like, I mean, you might see this person as selfish, but actually they're just very self-contained. They manage themselves very well. They're very independent. The Nine of Pentacles also actually is the single ladies card. It doesn't matter about gender, but this person might just want to be single. That's how they're seeing themselves, maybe. Independent, free of any complicated restrictions, or free of any responsibilities or demands, free of any expectations, right? This is how they see themselves. They just kind of, it feels like they just want to be in their own space. They want to be just only responsible for their own needs and their own desires, right? How they see you is the Three of Wands. It's interesting because the Three of Wands is about forecasting into the future, right? It's using foresight, it's planning, it's looking ahead. So maybe if I'm picking up on this energy correctly and the way that I'm sensing it is that you're realizing that this person needs to be free, they need to be set free, they need to be like as independent as the Nine of Pentacles defines them to be. Perhaps this card here is saying that they might be seeing you as someone who is trying to project too far into the future, and that might be not something that they want right now. This person seems like they may not want to, and again, given the other cards, I'll go into the rest in a minute. They're seeing you as a Three of Wands upright. You might be, for them, reaching too far into the future in terms of your connection with this person, and they may not want that. They may not want to be a part of your projection into the future. This person might just want to be in the present, be in the right now, and be in their own space, and deal with their own needs and wants, and maybe not necessarily, they may not necessarily see you as part of their future in the way that you hope that they would, because maybe you want to see them as your part of your long-term future. I hope this is making sense, and I hope this is not painful to hear. I mean, I'm sure some of you are not really enjoying this reading, but I'm just reading the energy of that I'm picking up on here. So this central section of the reading is describing the forces that support, the forces that challenge, the overall energy, and this is the potential outcome. So these four cards here, well, look at these three. Look at all this dark color. There is all this black in these three cards. I really like this deck. I hope you also like it too. So much detail. Note also that these three cards are in reverse. That's not bad. It's just the way it is. So we have Eight of Swords here, the way you see them, and then Nine of Swords here reversed is the energy that supports. Again, I get this sensation here that the message is about letting go. Okay. Eight of Swords reversed, there needs to be a liberation, and Nine of Swords reversed is also like a letting go of the... I feel like in your energy, because you have Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords here, you're kind of like trying to grip onto this person or the situation too hard. And look, you see the hand in this... I don't know if you can see that. See the hand in this Five of Wands here? See if it'll focus. Doop de doop. Come on. There it is, Five of Wands. In the you have it in the reverse, but this hand here, I'm feeling like you are trying to grip on too tightly and to the situation or to the person, and seeing it here in the reverse with this Eight of Swords in reverse. It just feels to me like you need to resign yourself to the fact that this person needs liberation and freedom, and you might be clutching on too hard or too tight to them, and that may be actually pushing them away from you even. So this Nine of Swords in reverse, again, like a relaxation is needed. Relaxation is needed. Like there needs to be a release. That's the energy that's between the two of you. This is the supporting energy for the dynamic, or for this reading in general, is that liberation. I just feel that really strongly in this reading, liberation, letting go. And then the Two of Swords reversed as the crowning energy. This is like the overall energy of the reading. It's kind of describing, yeah, this is the overall energy. And then this card crossing is the forces that are challenging. So the Moon in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse, they both have moon symbolism in them. You can see the moon here and the Two of Swords. So again, it's a liberation energy. Look at all the swords cards in this reading. Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, all in reverse. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords both have imagery with the characters in the cards depicted as having blindfolds on. Now, both of these cards in this reading in reverse is saying to me that this is a moment where you need to remove the blindfold. You need to see the reality of the situation that you're dealing with and be honest about it, and stop denying what is actually right in front of you, even if it's painful. And usually that's the case. Like, oftentimes we're in denial of things because we don't want to see something that's painful to look at. But I feel like the energy in this reading is saying to me that this person needs to be set free. They need to be set free. They don't want to be tied down or inhibited in any way. And you maybe have been trying too hard to pin this person down, and they're actually just really not there on that same page with you. Moon reversed is the crossing card here. There could be here in this, I feel like this message is actually for you, and it's saying that there could be some aspects of your personality that you need to address, as far as what you might have in your nature when it comes to romantic relationships or relationships with people in general, where you get very attached. And that energy of attachment and the way that you might try to hold on too firmly to something or to someone actually has the opposite effect of then sort of pushing the person away. That's what I'm feeling in this reading. So you might need to look at that, and I think what you see in this person that's very attractive is what they in the way they see themselves, is that they're very independent, they're very self-contained, they are very self-loving, and that's something that you are drawn to and magnetized to in this person. But this is something that you can learn from them. I feel like that's an important part of this reading, is what this person, the qualities that this person has that makes you very attracted to them are things that you actually need to learn how to do and adopt yourself, so that you can break the cycle of this type of clutching and gripping on in a relationship that actually forces a person to then be almost repelled away from you. Forgive my very severe language there. Just like don't know another word to use for that. So in this position here, we have the overall, this is the likely outcome. So Three of Cups in reverse, it's, I'd say the joy is leaving the building. That's what it feels like. Three of Cups upright is a very social, happy, celebratory card. And in reverse here, it is looking like the party is over. But I don't want you to feel like devastated by those words in this reading. I feel that there's a very important lesson here for you in this particular dynamic with this individual. And the moon in reverse here as the challenge card is really clearly indicating that there's parts of your nature that you need to address, the shadow parts of the nature, the unconscious parts of the nature that you have, some things in you that are playing out in your relationships in unconscious ways that lead to unsatisfying results, or lead to triggers or difficulties or problematic type of crises in relationships. It's about things that are things that are in your personality, or things that are in your patterns of behavior that are unconscious to you, that you need to become aware of, so that you can break the conditioning, break the pattern, and reprogram your psyche and your personality, so that you overcome these type of limiting beliefs and patterns that cause you to have these kind of difficult, challenging relationships where you maybe feel rejected, or where you feel lost, or where you feel like people don't stick around when you kind of want something more long-term or more long-lasting. It's about what you need to realize in yourself as far as being more self-loving, so that you don't have this kind of desperate energy that tries to make people stay, and that actually ends up making them really want to leave. Sorry, it's a hard reading to give. I'm not having the best time with this one. I'm just going to go over here, but I feel like I've covered basically this reading, and these readings are designed to be short and succinct, so that you can just get the message quickly and go on about your day, so you're not spending ages watching tarot readings on YouTube. Let's see if there's any further insight here. You have 2 2s, both in reverse. That's very interesting. Again, there's this push and pull energy I'm feeling with these 2 cards. In the reading in general, it's like you are kind of what you want and what you end up attaining are different things, and that leaves you feeling dissatisfied. And it's not about blaming you for something not working out here. This person is just in their own space. And I think you need to adopt a little bit more of this type of independent, self-loving energy, and that will help you overcome some of this difficult, challenging energy that you might experience in your relationships. I'm hearing shyness as well. So perhaps again, like if that's something that you deal with, that causes you to experience challenges in relationships, then again, like figure out how to be more self-loving so that you can overcome shyness, or just embrace it as part of who you are, and don't feel bad because you're shy. You know, make it something that is really inherent to your realness, you know, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just noticed you have two. That's interesting. Yeah, so you have 2 8s, 2 9s, and 2 3s in the reading. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, the 9 energy is definitely about being more independent, more self-contained, more self-loving, more self-esteem, and less insecure. I know it sounds this easy to do that. Like self-love is a constant practice. So part of this 9 of Swords energy as well, I feel, is like self-judgment. That's also something that you need to learn how to let go of, and start to find new ways of dealing with, like when this moon energy shows up and you start to see parts of your unconscious behavior that is uncomfortable to look at and painful to look at, painful to deal with. Self-judgment, sometimes like we might make the mistake of thinking that being hard on ourselves mentally, or being being judgmental towards the self is in some way just like anxiety or worry is. It's not. We might trick ourselves into thinking that that's a way to solve the problem, or that that's actually helping in the difficulties, but actually it just makes it worse. So I would say step 1 is overcome the impulse to judge the self right away when you have a difficult moment. You know, instead of being hard on yourself, step back from it a little bit and be objective about it, and see where your behavior patterns have created the situation and how you got to where you are now. And rather than try to, like, you can't go back and change what's already happened, but what you can do is locate where the glitch is that is causing this kind of thing to unfold in the way that it has, and figure out ways to change your mind, change your beliefs, change your habits, change your reactions, change your personality even, so that you can adopt a more self-loving, mature, wise personality that can handle themselves better in relationships and in life. I know it sounds easier said than done, but like I said, it's a life process, that it's a practice that you just do. It's like exercising every day. You have to practice self-love. You have to be kind to yourself. Your internal dialogue is super important. That's also what the 8 and 9 of Swords are saying here. 2 of Swords as well. The internal dialogue is maybe the most important thing in life. Figuring out how to speak to yourself more kindly. Think of yourself as your best friend. Like, would you say the things that you say to yourself in your mind to your actual real best friend? No, you probably wouldn't. So start to speak to yourself that way. Be more kind, be more supportive, be more compassionate. And help yourself to grow by actually just locating where it is that you may have been insecure and acting out in a way that was unconscious because of your insecurity, and figure out how to not do that. You can change your personality. You can change your habits. You can learn. You can uncover what unconscious beliefs you're holding that make you behave a certain way. And when you can uncover those things, you can then release them. And then you can figure out from that point that it's safe to behave differently. I'm not quite sure who this character is in this picture, but I kind of feel like it could be Shiva. I don't know, it's like it looks Hindu, but then it has a Greek vibe to it. But with the snakes there, it kind of feels a bit like Shiva. Anyway, the point is, it's about transformation. Every situation that we're in when it's challenging is an opportunity to look at ourselves and figure out how we can what do we need to assess that will help us improve in our approach to life so that we don't suffer as much. Alright, I feel like that's it for this reading, friends. I really hope you found some valuable insight in there. Do leave me a comment below if you have any feedback or any personal stories that you want to share. I want to get to know everyone that's here on the channel. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me to build and grow the channel. It's been an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next reading.